of spectrum, how many types we have, like how they classified. So nothing but look at here, spectrum nothing but the image recorded when radiant energy is passed through a prism. Okay, na? Nothing but the image will be recorded when radiant energy is passed through prism is called spectrum. So spectrum is classified into two types. So the device used to recorded spectrum is called spectrometer, can say. So with help of spectrometer, you can say how they'll be classified, like the splitting of light, how it was going to splitting also can identify. So main it was classified into two types. One is continuously spectrum is given. Next one is discontinuous. Continuous and discontinuous. First one is the spectrum of sunlight where one color merges into another without any gap. Nothing but colors will be merges each other. Nothing but between no gap. So like rainbow colors will be there. Are able to? I think you people know very well about rainbow. So there will be colors will be merges each other. No gap between color and another color. It will be there together. The spectrum of sunlight where one color merges into another without any gap is known as continuously spectrum. Next one is the discontinuous will be given. So the spectrum having well-defined lines with a gap. So there will be gap will be there between line to line. That you can say discontinuous. Name only the discontinuous. There will be gap between color to color. That you can say discontinuous. So in our concept, main they given more explanation about discontinuous spectrum. So again it was classified into two types, absorption and emission spectrum. Absorption and emission. Absorption condition, it is a spectrum produced by transmitted light after absorption of radiation. Nothing but main you can see the excitation, excitation of electrons in a substance that you can take. So it will be there dark lines on the bright background. So background is bright color, dark lines we have. Which condition? Absorption condition. You can see the emission condition. Bright lines be there, dark background, opposite. One is we have dark lines, bright background we have. Dark lines, bright background we have. It will be the second point. Next one. It contains bright lines, dark background we have. That is the difference between absorption and emission. Again, emission spectrum. It was further classified into two types. That is line spectrum. Next one is band spectrum. Line spectrum, one more name is atomic spectrum. Band spectrum, one more name is molecular spectrum. One is atomic spectrum. Next one is molecular spectrum. These all things we discussed last class. So today's class will discuss about hydrogen emission spectrum. Hydrogen emission spectrum. So already you people know emission spectrum was classified into line and band. Okay, na? Now look at here. By applying high potential difference in the discharge tube, difference in the discharge tube containing hydrogen gas. A bright line is a bright light is obtained. Nothing but by applying high potential difference in a discharge tube containing hydrogen gas, bright light is obtained. Bright light is obtained. So look at here. This light when passed through prism. So this light is passed through prism. What will happen? Once again, someone waiting in lobby. Yes. So this light is passed through the prism. A midged beam of light is collected over photographic film. This is called hydrogen atomic spectrum. Atomic spectrum. Already you people know. Line spectrum, one more name is atomic spectrum. So it is a line spectrum and simplest of all atomic spectrum. So it is coming under emission. Emission is classified into line and band. Under line you can take a hydrogen spectrum example. You can easy. So it will be classified into various series be there. So Lyman series, okay, Balmer series, Fashion series, Bracket series, Fund series will be given. The only series visible to the naked eye in terms of visible region of hydrogen spectrum. So this hydrogen spectrum alone, you can see the with help of eyes. So they given the only series visible to the naked eye is termed as the visible region of hydrogen spectrum. It was discovered by Balmer. So it is called Balmer series. So with respect to scientist, so one scientist, one series. Lyman scientist discovered Lyman series. Balmer series will be discovered with Balmer series. A fashion bracket, okay now P fund, arm fund will be there. Different types will be given. So there will be lines be there. N1 is a lower line, nothing but that will be starting line. N2 is the exit like final line. So N1 and N2 is given. What is the region? What is the equation for the wave number? Wave number denoted symbol is nu bar. Nu bar equal to R into 1 by N1 square minus 1 by N2 square. It will be apart for the questions, entrance exam. That you can take. So they given Lyman series, Balmer series, Fashion, bracket, P fund. So this will be, we can remember. Explanation of line spectrum of hydrogen. The energy gap between the two orbits is given equation. What you can write down? Delta E. The energy gap, delta E, change in energy. So you can write down E2 minus E1. E2 minus E1. The energy of its stationary state is given by the expression. Given by expression En equal to minus RH 1 by n square. So introducing the equation 2 in equation 1, you can substitute. So already you know formula delta E equal to E2 minus E1. So you can substitute. So En condition n okay na n square is root and like that with E1 En condition can replace E1 and E2. So then what you can get? Minus RH by n1 square minus RH by n2 square like that. So when E2 condition n2 square, E1 condition n1 square. So where n1 and n2 you can say initial and final orbits. Initial orbit and final orbits. So maybe referred as n1 and nf. Ni means initial, f meaning is final. That also you can write down. RH you can say constant. That you can say Rydberg constant. You can say Rydberg constant. That you can say Rydberg constant. That is having constant value. It is having constant value. It is given clearly. So the Rydberg constant will be there. Value is not the same for the all the elements. So it will be for hydrogen like species will be having. So they given what is the value of Rydberg constant. So 109677 will be there. 109677 will be there. That you can take Rydberg constant value. Okay, na? Next one is the first line in Balmer series you can call alpha line, H alpha. The second line you can say beta. Third line is gamma. Like that you can write down. So depending on the numbering, first line is alpha, second line is beta, third line is gamma, next line is delta. You can say. Okay, na? These are the line. So main you can remember. So how many? What is the how they classified into series? That all things you can check it. Once again, I will explain. One more notebook, class notes also we have. So check it about hydrogen spectrum diagram, how it was going to classified. So listen here. Hydrogen spectrum condition. Hydrogen spectrum condition. Hydrogen gas in electric discharge tube. I think but it's going to split H and H plus. So electrons will be going to get excited. Nothing but going to higher energy level. So lower energy level to energy will be gained, is going to higher energy level. Again energy will be lost to coming to lower energy level. So hydrogen condition, excited sample. So through photographic screen, nothing but you can take a prism, you can pass the light. So now what you can get lines, spectrum lines. So they given the line. So how it was their lines? So with respect to Lyman, how it was classified? Balmer, fashion, bracket, one series. Okay, na? Yes. So last line that you can say energy will be maximum. Energy will be maximum will be there. So then that you can say limiting line also can say limiting line. So that also this is the maximum energy will be there. Next one is calculation of lambda, nu, delta E. Lambda nothing but already wave length, nu bar nothing but nothing but frequency, E nothing but energy change in energy. So delta E nothing but E2 minus E1 you can take. E2 minus E1 you can take. So these are the three should be there. Now we can go for the next concept. Yes. We'll see the next concept. Next concept we have already we discussed in the date this month 4th date. Again I will repeat Bohr's atomic model. So before going to that one, we will explain one question. How they will ask questions depends on the hydrogen spectrum. Hydrogen spectrum. So you can check it the question number 28. Calculate the possible number of lines in the spectrum of hydrogen when electrons return from 7th shell to 2nd shell. Understood, how you people? This is 7th shell to 2nd shell. Calculate possible number of lines. So in the spectrum. So they will give a spectrum. You can calculate the how many possible lines will be given. So when electrons will be written from the 7th shell to 2nd shell. So 7th to 2nd. You can see the diagram. This is the 7th. So 7th shell to you can go for the 2nd. Second that what is there? Balmer series will be there. Second nothing but you can remember Balmer series will be there. 7th to 2nd. Nothing but here 7th to 2nd. So it is coming under this one you can take. 7th to 2nd. So now look at here. How many lines will be possible? They're asking. How many lines will be possible? You can check it. How we can calculate. So calculating the number of lines. Calculating the number of lines condition. Calculating the number of lines condition. We have formula. Summation of n2 minus n1 is there. n2 is given 7. n1 is given 2. So then summation of 5. 5 nothing but what is there? 5 plus 4 plus 3 plus 2 plus 1. Total how many lines we have? 15 lines we have. What do we have? 15 lines we have. Like that you can calculate. Okay na? N2 is highest value, N1 is the least value. 7th to 2nd shell. Next one is calculate the wave number and wavelength of H alpha line in the bracket series of hydrogen emission spectrum. Okay na? Calculate the wave number and wavelength. So H alpha is the first line. Already people know alpha first line, beta is second line, gamma is third line, delta is fourth line. So alpha is given clearly. Nothing but N1 will be Balmer series condition, bracket series. Bracket. So first one is Lyman, second one is Balmer, third one is fashion, fourth one is bracket. Fourth one is bracket condition, N1 is 4. Okay na? Yes. Are they given Balmer series? N1 is 2. Lyman series is given. N1 is 1. Depending on the what series is given. In question they given bracket series. Bracket series condition starting line is 4. Then N2 is 5. So you can go the formula. Wave number and wavelength they're asking. First you can calculate new frequency can calculate. If you know frequency, you can identify all the values also. Okay na? Yes. The wavelength you can calculate. Lambda you can calculate. Next wave number also can calculate. Nu bar also can calculate. All values you can calculate with the help of given formula. So then nu equal to R into 1 by n1 square minus 1 by n2 square. R is red bud constant. The constant value 109677. 109677 will be there. So like that you can calculate all questions also. Same model will be given. Next one, Bohr's atomic model. So to explain the origin of lines in a hydrogen spectrum. So and to overcome the defects of Rutherford model and Niels Bohr proposed model of atom. So whatever drawbacks to overcome, they introduce the Niels Bohr scientist. That's why they given Bohr's atomic model. So already people atomic model we have. J.J. Thomson atomic model will be there. Rutherford atomic model will be there. John Dalton atomic model will be there. Bohr's atomic model. So one scientist, one example is given. Explanation is given. Dalton's condition. John Dalton. Two people studied in first chapter. So there will be atom will be individual particles they given. But next one, so in a J.J. Thomson condition, atomic model condition, so atom further is having electrons, protons, neutrons will be there. With respect to the given explanation, plum pudding model or the watermelon model. Next one they discussed Rutherford also. They will be taking alpha scattering experiment. So they're taking on a gold foil screen. They're passing the light. How electrons will be moving. Maximum number of electrons will be moving straight. So there will be more empty space will be there in the atom. So few will be deflected. Few will be coming throw back into exact same direction. So that we all those all points you people know very well. So John Dalton's atomic model. Next one is the J. Thomson model. Next one Rutherford model. Now Bohr's atomic model. So Bohr's atomic model condition, whatever drawbacks, defects, so it will overcome. It introduced the Niels Bohr scientist. So what postulates will be there? So the electrons will be in the hydrogen atom revolves around the nucleus with definite velocity fixed and closed circular path is called orbits or shells. So electrons will be revolving around the nucleus. So nucleus containing protons and neutrons. So these are designed as 1, 2, 3, 4. That means given shell numbers 1, 2, 3, 4. Otherwise, you can names are given K, L, M, N also given. Those points also we can check it. Next one is third point. The electron revolves in the orbit whose angular momentum is equal to nh by 2 pi. So it is given by expression mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. The electrons will be revolves in the orbit whose angular momentum is equal to nh by 2 pi. That is why represented mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. nh by 2 pi. That is the angular momentum. Very, very important point. Third point. Where m is mass of electron, v is velocity of electron, r is radius of orbit, h is Planck constant, n is number of cells. 1, 2, 3 can write out. So each orbit is associated with. So in this case, each orbit is associated with definite amount of energy. Definite amount of energy. So these energies are called. So these energies are called energy levels, or I can say energy state. So each orbit is associated with a definite amount of energy. So each orbit is associated with a definite amount of energy. So these are called energy levels, or I can say energy state. Next point. So the energy of electron does not change, as long the electrons revolves in the orbit. So hence these orbitals you can call stationary states or stationary orbits. So what is the meaning of stationary orbits? One more, the energy of electron does not change as long the electron revolves in the orbit. So nothing but be that revolving will be there the same phase and the same state. That's why they given stationary state. The energy of electron changes only when the electrons moves from one orbit to another. So only the energy of electrons will be changed only when electrons will be moves from one orbit to another. One orbit to another. One shell to another cell. Already you people know if energy will be absorbed, the electron will be jumps from lower energy to higher energy state. Okay, now the energy will be absorbed. Energy will be absorbed. Electrons will be jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. Then energy will be lost. The electron jumps from higher energy level to, so electrons will be comes from higher energy level to lower energy level, opposite. So energy will be absorbed condition lower to higher, energy will be lost means higher to lower. Next one is the change in energy is given by formula also given. Already you people know delta E, change in energy, E2 minus E1. E2 is the higher energy level, E1 is lower energy level. The okay na? Until these are the points you can remember. First point, again I will repeat, first point condition, electrons will be revolve around the nucleus. Second point is, so they will be designed as a names like K, L, L, cells name they given fixed cells names is given 1, 2, 3, otherwise K, L, M also given. The electrons will be revolves in the orbit whose angular momentum will be equal to NH by 2 pi. Third point is each orbital will be associated with a definite amount of energy. So these also called energy levels or energy state. The energy of electron does not change as long the electrons revolves in the orbit. So these orbitals you can call stationary orbitals you can say, otherwise stationary state also you can say. Okay na? Next point, the energy of electron changes only when the electrons move from one orbit to another. Electrons will be moved from one orbit to another. If energy will be absorbed, the energy is absorbed, the electrons jumps from lower energy level to higher energy level. And the energy will be lost. The electrons will become higher energy level to lower energy level. Okay na? Yes. So but you can take one, two lines you can take. The electron will be there. Energy will be gain going to higher energy level. First. Again energy will be lost coming to lower energy level. Opposite. Okay na? Next one. We have applications. That will be total. We have three applications will be there. Applications one is radiations. Application two is velocity. Application three is energy. So these all things we will discuss. So application one, calculation of radiation. Calculation of radiation, you can check it. So calculation of radiation, how we can calculate? First application is calculation of radiation application. Application of Bohr's model, calculation of radius. So how we can calculate radius? So this is the nucleus. Nucleus surrounding will what will be there? Electrons will be revolving. This you can say yes, stationary orbit or stationary cell. So look at here. Here electrons will be how it was going to revolving with the help of two forces. One is the centrifugal force. Next one is the centrifugal force. Here electron will be there. One is the centrifugal force that is towards the nucleus direction. One is the centrifugal force away from the nucleus. Already you people know like Earth and Sun you can take. So Sun is there and Earth is there. So Earth will be revolving around the Sun. So there will be Sun will be there. There will be attractions between Sun and Earth. So that the attractions will be yes, it will be overcome. That's why it will be going to revolving. So there will be two forces will be there. One is the centrifugal force, and one is centrifugal force. One is towards Sun direction. Next one is away from the Sun. Towards Sun, nothing but you can take nucleus. Earth you can take electron. So electron will be revolving around the nucleus. Around the nucleus. One is the centrifugal force, next one is centrifugal force. So the given formulas also. The centrifugal force attraction between the nucleus, that is given minus ZE square by R. Centrifugal force, that is given mv square by R minus mv square by R. Centrifugal force is mv square by R. Centrifugal force is minus ZE square by R. No doubt na? Yes. These 2 points alone you can remember. Very, very important. One is the centrifugal force. Next one is centrifugal force. Expression for the Bohr's yes, expression for the radius of Bohr's orbit. So nothing but they are asking radius. given direct explanation, you will see the detailed explanation how we can calculate radius. So here one is the centrifugal force, next one is the centripetal force, both also they given. According to angular momentum, mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. With respect to v constant, you can write down v equal to nh by 2 pi mr is there. So v can constant, then mr can bring this side equal to opposite. Then became yes, nh by 2 pi mr is there. So then v value we can substitute where mv square is there. So here r square and r cancel out will be there. R square and r will become cancel. Then kz square by r equal to mv square. Already you know people of value of n, nh by 2 pi mr. Then so you can v square condition, that all value became whole square will be there. Then with respect to radius, you can write down radius only they are asking. The calculation of radiation. Radiation equal to n square h square by 4 pi square m k z square. So you can k value is Coulombic constant. That value is constant value 9 into 10 to the power of 9 Newton meter square per c square. Coulomb square will be there. Then you can substitute all the values. Say Planck constant value, pi value, m value, z value, e value, all you can substitute. Finally, you can get radius. Radius equal to 0.529 into 10 to the power of minus 10 n square by z m. Otherwise, r equal to 0.529 n square by z angstrom unit. That you can take. This is the final value. This is the final value. Final radius formula. Radius equal to 0.529 n square z angstrom. Any doubts we have, students? Clear until that?
Yes,
Today's
sir.
class, I discussed only both application, both postulates. After then, first application, calculation of radius. Second one is second one you can check it. Second application, calculation of velocity. Calculation of velocity also there. So calculation of velocity condition, you can find out only new value. So look at here, same thing, calculation of velocity condition. Second application. So what is there? So here also same thing, centrifugal force, centrifugal force. Both also make it equal according to angular momentum. mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. Then mv nothing but nh by 2 pi r. So where mv is there, can substitute that value. Finally, you can get velocity. You can make it constant. You can write down velocity value. So v nu equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 into z by n. Nu equal to 2.18 into 10 to the power of 6 into z by n. So already you people math students only, you know how we can do the simplify derivation. You can do it easily values. Just direct you can write down what is the centrifugal force, centripetal force. So both values you can write down. Here r square and r cancel out will be there always. Then kjd square by r equal to mv square is there. Already you people know what is the mv value. mv square condition, mv into v can write down. So with respect to mv value condition, nh by 2 pi r you can value you can substitute. So yes, then you can write down v nu is constant. V is constant you can write down. You can get the final value. Can time period, sometime time period and frequency condition. Time period nothing but t equal to 2 pi r v is there. So t is directly proportional to n square by n cube by z square, n cube by z square. And frequency condition nu equal to 1 by t, then nu directly proportional to z square by n cube. Okay, the value is also given. You can check it. Next, third application is energy. Third application is energy condition. Calculation of energy condition. Calculation of energy. Total energy it is equal to kinetic energy plus potential energy. Kinetic energy, what is the formula? Potential energy, what is the formula? You can check it. You can see the derivations. Expression for the energy condition. Kinetic energy value is given of mv square. Potential energy also given. Z square by r is there. Total energy condition. Total energy nothing but ke plus pe is there. Already you people know ke value, you know pv value also. So expression for the both orbit by substituting the radius of orbit in the above expression. So where the r value is there, you can substitute the radius formula. then you can find out energy value. So as we go the higher orbits, kinetic energy will be decreases, potential energy will be increases, and then total energy also increases. Again, listen, as we go to higher orbitals, higher orbits, kinetic energy will be decreases, potential energy will be increases, total energy also increases. These points will be very, very important. Then energy equal to final value is minus 13.65 n square, minus 13.65 n square EV for atom, EV for atom. So these are the three applications. These are the three applications alone you can practice. Next one is limitations of Bohr's model. Already we discussed postulates. Now you can see the limitations. So it is failed to explain the line spectrum of atom or ions having more than one electron. Nothing but Bohr's atomic model. It was applicable for the only one electron or one electron like ions. It does not explain about more than one electron. So it is failed to explain line spectrum of atoms or ions having more than one electron. So more than one electron will be there. Hydrogen spectrum does not, Bohr's model does not explain. Second point, it fails to account the fine spectrum details. Nothing but duplicate the two closely spaced lines of hydrogen atom. Nothing but it was does not explain about duplicate. Nothing but two lines will be there together. Duplicate, triplet, like octet, like it will be a connectivity. Nothing but it will be explained only single line. So more than one line will be there, does not explain like that. So duplicate line. But does not explain about the two closely spatial lines. It is failed to explain about Zeeman effect and Stark effect. So what is the meaning of Zeeman effect and what is the meaning of Stark effect? Zeeman and Stark. Look at here. What is the meaning of Zeeman? What is the meaning of Stark? The splitting of spectrum lines of an atom into group of lines under the influence of magnetic field. So under influence of magnetic field, you can say Zeeman effect. Under influence of electric field, that you can say Stark effect. So nothing but the splitting of spectrum lines of an atom into group of fine lines under the influence of what field? Magnetic field and electric field. Magnetic field you can call Zeeman effect. Electric field you can call Stark effect. So Bohr model of the hydrogen atom only ignores the dual behavior of matter, and also yes, and but also Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So it does not explain about dual behavior of matter and Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So what is the meaning of dual behavior of matter? Then Heisenberg uncertainty principle. These two things I will explain. After then I will stop. Okay, na? Yes. Once again, we will repeat what is the limitations of Bohr's atomic model. So first point is it is failed to explain line spectra of atoms or ions having more than one electron. Nothing but does not explain more than one electron. Second point, it fails to account the fine spectra details. Nothing but duplicate. Duplicate, yes, nothing but was not explained. It is failed to explain about the Zeeman effect and Stark effect. Okay, these points alone enough. Now you can check it about de Broglie's wave theory. De Broglie's wave theory. The wave nature of electron was first proposed by de Broglie. So the wave nature of electron was first proposed by de Broglie. According to de Broglie theory, all moving particles have wave properties. All moving particles have wave particles. Again, I will repeat from de Broglie's wave theory onwards. The wave nature of electron was first proposed by de Broglie. So according to de Broglie, theory of all moving particles have wave particles. So according to de Broglie's theory, all moving particles have wave properties. Wave properties are important only for particles of small mass and high velocity. Small mass and high velocity also. Again, I will repeat, wave properties are important only for particles of small mass, high velocity also. So from Planck's quantum theory, already you know what is formula of Planck's quantum theory. So Planck's quantum theory condition E equal to h nu, nu nothing but c by lambda, nu nothing but c by lambda, then E equal to h by lambda. So Einstein mass energy relation is given E equal to mc square, E equal to mc square. From equation 1 and 2 condition, what will be happened? E nothing but mc square is there, E nothing but hc by lambda also there. Both you can make it into equal, equation 1 and 2. Then hc by lambda equal to mc square. There will be cc cancel. Here c and c square going to cancel out. C and c square can cancel. What will happen? H by lambda equal to mc. Then lambda equal to h by mc, where c is the velocity of light. The velocity of microparticles is v. Then de Broglie equation is lambda equal to h by mv. Then h by p also connected. Where lambda is wavelength, p h is Planck constant, v is velocity of the principal. So v is the velocity of the principal, p is the momentum of the principal. Momentum of the principal. Okay, na? Next one is de Broglie's concept and Bohr's theory. De Broglie concept and Bohr's theory. So two type of waves are possible for the electron moving around the nucleus in the circular path. So two type of waves are possible for electron moving around the nucleus in the circular path. First one, how two types will be, two conditions will be possibilities. Condition one, the standing or stationary or no energy radiating wave. First one. Then that is 2 pi r equal to n by m lambda. 2 pi r equal to n lambda. Yeah, lambda equal to 2 pi r by n. N is the integer. That means you can take whole number. We know that lambda equal to h by mv according to de Broglie equation. Then 2 pi r by n equal to h by mv. Then mv equal to nh by 2 pi. They given derivation of angular momentum. Derivation of angular momentum. Hence, de Broglie's theory and Bohr's theory are aggregate with agreement. Sorry, agreement with each other. Agreement with each other. Okay, na? Next one is the second point. Non-stationary, otherwise energy radiating wave. So this is 2 pi r became not equal to n lambda. Hence, such orbitals cannot exist. So non-stationary orbitals will be does not exist. Only stationary orbitals will be going to exist. When stationary orbital condition mvr equal to nh by 2 pi will be so. Non-stationary condition does not exist. So application condition. The number of waves in the orbit denoted symbol is n. The number of revolutions of electron per second in an orbital condition. Velocity of electrons by circumference will be there. Then relation between kinetic energy and wavelength. So lambda equal to h by square root of 2 ke into m. So that's all point they given. You can check it. The de Broglie wavelength for the electron in a given orbit equal to 3.33 into n angstroms. So this formulas alone you can check it. 1 second I will repeat. 1 second from de Broglie onwards. Please listen carefully. Just 1 minute. Yes. Wave mechanical model of atom. Wave mechanical. Yes. Wave mechanical model of atom. That is the dual behavior of electron. You can say de Broglie's concept. Dual nature of matter. A dual behavior of electron. Dual behavior of electron condition. One is wave nature. Next one is particle nature. So nothing but having dual behavior of electron. So electron containing two natures. One is wave nature. Next one is particle nature. Wave nature example can take interference of again interference or different diffraction also given. Particle nature example can take photon can take particle nature. Like light radiations of electron also have dual behavior also. So here wavelength of electron is directly proportional, inversely proportional to momentum. So momentum is P. Then lambda is directly inversely proportional to yes P is given. Then lambda equal to h by P. H is constant. Only applicable to the microparticles like electrons, protons, alpha particles, atom, ion, molecules, but not applicable to macro particles like aeroplanes, cricket ball. That will be does not explain. So clearly remember, when m will be increases, lambda will be decreases. Nu will be increases, lambda will be decreases. So m and nu will be decreases, increases, lambda will be decreases. So these all points you can check it. Next one. So applications will be there. Total we have two applications will be there. One is according Bohr's theory and de Broglie's concept. According to de Broglie's, what will happen? Next one is does not explain nothing but non-stationary orbital. One is stationary orbital. Next one is non-stationary. So once again I will repeat. Please listen carefully. De Broglie's wavelength condition. The wave nature of electron was first proposed by de Broglie. So with respect to scientists, they given de Broglie's wave theory. According to de Broglie's theory, all moving particles have wave properties. So all moving particles have wave properties. Wave properties are important only for the particles of small mass and high velocity. Again listen, wave nature of electron was proposed by de Broglie. So according to de Broglie's theory, all moving particles have wave particles. Wave properties. Wave properties nothing but so we having important only for the particles of small mass and high velocity. So from according to Planck's quantum theory, E equal to h nu is there nu nothing but c by lambda. Einstein mass of energy relation condition E equal to mc square is there. So equation 1 and 2 you can make it into equal hc by lambda equal to mc square is there and there will be c will be constant cancellation will be there h by lambda equal to mc is there lambda equal to h by mc is given. Then de Broglie's concept and Bohr's theory condition. Two types of waves are possible from the electron moving around the nucleus in the circular path. So first one is standing, otherwise stationary, otherwise non-energy radiating wave. Those condition. So 2 pi r equal to n lambda is there. Then lambda equal to 2 pi r by n is there. We know that n equal lambda equal to h by 2 pi is h by mv is there. Both also make it into equal. Then mvr equal to nh by 2 pi. So hence de Broglie's theory and Bohr's theory are agreement with each other. Agreement with each other. So whatever drawbacks will be that was explained with the help of de Broglie's concept. Second one is so de Broglie's applications. Before going to that one, not stationary and energy radiating waves. Those condition 2 pi are not equal to n lambda. Hence, such orbitals will be cannot exist. Such orbitals will be cannot exist. One will be revolving, particular path will be there. This will be opposite direction. Non-directions will be there. This is the point. You can check it. Next one we have Heisenberg uncertainty principle. Heisenberg uncertainty principle. So it is impossible to determine simultaneously the exact position and exact momentum of an electron. It is called Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. So it is impossible to determine simultaneously the exact position and exact momentum. So nothing but that electron will be velocity of electron. So one electron, what is the position, what is the momentum? How much speed, how much the position also will be difficult. So it is impossible to determine the both position and momentum of the electron simultaneously and accurately. So it is given by the expression delta x into delta p greater than or equal to h by 4 pi. So where delta x nothing but uncertainty position, delta p nothing but uncertainty momentum, delta v nothing but uncertainty in velocity. M is mass of particle, h is Planck constant. So you can take the formula is delta x into delta h greater than or equal. So delta p greater than or equal to h by 4 pi. So it states that if one is determined with high accuracy, then other one is becomes uncertain. That is, if possible for the electron is determined, delta x equal to 0, then delta v became infinity. Similarly, delta v equal to 0, then delta x became infinity. So finally, the product of the uncertainty is inversely proportional to mass particle. That's why delta v, delta x, so directly proportional to 1 by m. M nothing but mass of the particle. M nothing but mass of particle. H is Planck constant. Delta v is uncertainty velocity. Delta p is uncertainty position. So uncertainty momentum. Then delta x nothing but uncertainty position. Delta p uncertainty momentum. Delta v uncertainty velocity. M is mass of particle. H is Planck constant. So these alone you can remember. So today's class will be enough, Amma. I will ask some questions. Depends on today's concept. Whatever doubts will be there, you can ask. Okay, na? Thank you, students. Yes.